STAAR Review, page 34. Here we're going to talk about writing a system. So we're going to be using the vocabulary practice we talked about in the last video. All right. So some good steps to follow here is right here. So first of all, if there's any formulas at all in the problem, you need to just write those down first. Okay? Now, that may not be an explicit formula. It may be referring to a formula that you should already know, such as perimeter or something. You should know the formula for perimeter of a rectangle. That's a formula. That's something you need to use. Okay? Secondly, write the equation for any totals. There's lots of totals, total amounts, when you're dealing with systems. Okay? It's always going to be something like this. The total will be over here in the value of C. Notice this is a standard form linear equation. You see these right on your EOC formula chart. Okay? Standard form linear equations are used a lot in systems. Okay? Here's my standard form. We usually like y equals mx plus b. But in systems, you'll a lot of times see this, and the C is usually a total of something. So if you find a total of something in your word problem, there's a good chance you're dealing with this form. All right. Secondly, read and write anything that's remaining. Okay? Remember, the fact that it's a system means you have, at minimum, 2 equations. And in Algebra 1, it's going to be 2 equations. I don't think we ever deal with more than 2. All right, let's do these top 4. A rectangle has a perimeter of 36 centimeters. Believe it or not, that's everything I need for one of my equations. Its width is 4 centimeters less than its length. That sounds just like the practice we just did on the last video. Find the length and width of the rectangle. Now keep in mind, we're not actually finding the answer in these problems. We're just setting up the 2 equations. On the next video, or one of the next videos, I'm going to show you a super easy way to get the answer. The tricky part is getting the equations. You can get the answer in the calculator once you have the 2 equations. So, my first one is a rectangle has a perimeter of 36 centimeters. Now, we know a rectangle. We know we add up the sides. What sides? We have 2 lengths. And we're adding the 2 widths. 2 lengths plus 2 widths gives me the perimeter. And look, there's my total of all my adding of sides. That's my perimeter. That is one of my equations. Its width is 4 centimeters less than its length. Now, we worked a lot on the last video about the word is. So, width is. And I really emphasized in the examples on the last video about less than. It's not this, 4 less than length. That is backwards. I promise you'll see that on the EOC test, and it's wrong, okay? Because look, if the length is 20, you're not going to do 4 minus 20 and get negative 16. That doesn't make any sense, right? If the width is 4 less than the length, you have to have the length first. Then you take 4 away from it to have a smaller number for the width. All right? The width is 4 less than the length. That is your second equation. Number 2, Mary has 18 coins with a total value of $2.85. Guess what? That $2.85 is going to go right here. It's a total. If the coins are dimes and quarters, how many of each type of coins does Mary have? Okay, so there's not a lot of numbers in this problem, but there's values associated with dimes and quarters. We know that dimes are 0.10. They're worth 10 cents. We know that quarters are 0.25. They're worth 25 cents. So one way to set this up, okay, would be 10 cents in value times all the dimes I have, right? Plus 25 cents of value times all the quarters I have is equal to my total of $2.85. Now keep in mind, here it's very important to have money plus money to equal money. Okay? There's money here because it's not just the fact that maybe I have 5 dimes in my hand. It's I have 5 dimes in my hand, and I made up that number for the example. I have 5 dimes in my hand times 10 cents per dime. That's a value of 50 cents. And maybe I have 3 quarters in my hand. Well, 3 quarters times the value of each quarter, I have 75 cents. So my money plus my money equals my total money. The reason I emphasize that is the next one is not about the value of money at all. The next one is, I have a certain amount of dimes in my hand. I'm not counting the value of what they're worth. I'm just saying I have 1, 2, 3, 4, however many dimes in my hand, right? No value with it. Plus the quarters, okay, gives me another total. We have another total in this problem, the total number of coins. So when you're lining up what total goes with what, the money and the money add up to give you a total of money, but just the dimes themselves and the quarters themselves, you just count them and add them up, just the physical objects, to get a total of coins. So those are those 2 equations. Question 3. You and your cousin go to Wendy's for a big lunch. You buy 3 burgers and 2 orders of fries for $6.50. We see another total already, right? Your cousin buys 2 burgers and 5 orders of fries for $8. There's another total. I'm already thinking of this pattern for both of the equations, right? I have a total of $6.50. I also have a total of $8. Now, what do both of these equations have in common? We both bought burgers and fries, right? So I bought 3 burgers and 2 fries, right? Now, what does the B stand for? What does the F stand for? B stands for the cost of the burger. So similar to the coins one. 3 burgers times the cost of a burger. This time the value is inside the B because we don't know what the value is. 3 times the cost of it plus 2 fries times the cost of each fries is equal to my total cost. Likewise, the cousin buys 2 burgers and 5 orders of fries. See, in both of these, the B represents the cost of each burger and the F represents the cost of each fry. So there are the 2 equations. You may need to pause, and you may need to look at this on your own and kind of analyze it a little bit, talk to people in class, talk to a teacher, and you can get this figured out. Okay, last example. A theater sold 900 tickets to a concert. All right, that's a total. Okay, we're already thinking that 900 is probably going to be over in that position. Floor seats cost $12. Balcony seats cost $10 each. Total receipts for the concert were $9,780. Another total. Do you see, similar to the coin problem, we have here a total number of tickets, meaning they just physically counted all the tickets they sold. Not the money they made, just the tickets, and that goes here. And here, they're counting not the tickets, but the money they made from all the tickets, right? So what are the 2 types of tickets? The floor seats. So you add up all the floor seats you sold, and you add that to all of the balcony seats that you sold. All the floor tickets plus all the balcony tickets give you all the tickets. So tickets plus tickets equals tickets. Whereas in the second equation, you have to assign value to the floor tickets and value to value to the floor tickets and value to the balcony tickets. So we know the value here. The floor tickets are $12. Okay, so $12 times all those floor tickets, it's going to give me all the money I made from the floor tickets. Plus $10 times all the balcony tickets is going to give me all the money I made from those. So money plus money will equal the money. All right, those are the examples. Go ahead and work on these.